Hey guys, welcome to the Spooky Swans podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Josh.
And today we got another special episode for you. So if you remember last week, if you are caught up and listening in order, at the end of our episode we spun a wheel. We got like this cool new little wheel, and it was my turn to pick a movie this time, but I had to pick a movie within the category that it lands on. And when I had spun the wheel, I got
cannibalism.
So I got the one that I didn't really want. So to be fair, I really only knew 2 cannibal movies that I like. That I could think of. And if you remember correctly from last week's episode, just to refresh your memory, Josh said, I know what you're choosing. I already know what you're choosing.
And I was right.
And he was right. To be fair, though, I chose this movie because the other one that I had in mind to choose, he had already watched. And I'm trying to, challenge him into seeing some horror films that he necessarily wouldn't, choose to watch on his own. So this one has a bit of romance to it, so I don't think you would go out of your way to, really watch it.
Well, no, I wanted to see this. I just, I never got around to it. I knew about it when it first came out, because I watched the trailers for everything that comes out, and I thought it looked good. I just never watched it.
Yeah, so this movie I stumbled across a couple years back. Came out 2022, and I stumbled across it when I had a friend over, and we were just browsing on Hulu, trying to find something to watch. We tend to gravitate more towards horror in this household, so we came across this film that we are going to be reviewing for you guys today, and it is called Fresh. Came out in 2022, and I wouldn't say fully cannibalism, but it has aspects of it.
It plays pretty heavy on that.
Okay. It's horror, comedy, kind of dark.
Dark comedy, yeah.
Yeah, maybe dark romantic-y a little bit, too.
Well, before we get into that, what was the second movie that you were thinking? Because you said there was 2.
There was another one that I was thinking of doing, but I feel like we'll probably do it down the line. Wrong Turn.
Oh, Wrong Turn's great.
Yes. I was going to possibly choose that, but then I was like, you know what? Josh hasn't watched the other one. So, again, apologize for the cats, but you know how it is. They're a part of our podcast, too. They're a part of the Swan fam, so you have to just accept them.
Loud as shit animals.
Yeah. They're just ambiance in the background.
Yeah, that's what it is. But, damn, I do love Wrong Turn. If you listen to our other podcast, we do bring that movie franchise up probably more than we should.
And in case anybody is having this episode as their very first episode, Josh has another podcast. And what's your podcast name?
Conspiracy Kitchen.
Yes. And he does really great things on there with
my friend Joe.
His girlfriend Joe.
How dare you?
I would say more boyfriend.
How dare you?
Yeah.
We talk, conspiracy theories and, haunted locations and cryptids and things of that ilk.
They even did a conspiracy episode of Disney, and that was one of my favorites. More of my favorites that I gravitate towards more on their show, because, I am Josh's wife, so I do support.
Thank you.
And he does roast me sometimes on the show.
I don't roast you. I roast my friends more than anything.
True. Which they will most likely not be listening to our show either.
They did. I told them when we first started that we started a podcast, and then the other day I brought it up again, and they were like, "You have a podcast?" And they completely in one ear and out the other.
To be fair, I told 2 friends, and I don't believe they have watched any of the episodes either. I probably could send them a reminder, but you know how sometimes people are like, yeah, okay, I'll check it out, and they just don't?
Yeah, see, I prefer to not remind them, do like we did on the other show, talk shit about them for a year and a half, and then tell them to go back and listen so that they can hear it all.
That's fair. Okay.
It's a lot more fun that way.
That's fair. You know what? When we get to episode 50, I will remind them if they haven't even said anything about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until then, we're going to be talking shit. This is a talking shit podcast. No. But, no, you watched this movie, you know, way before I did, so you knew about it.
Yes, I watched it a few years back with, like I said, one of my friends that comes over once in a blue. I don't see her all the time. And this is actually a friend that I don't think that is listening to our podcast. So I guess I will see you episode 50 if you come. If not, I guess I'm going to have to roast you like Josh said.
It's fine. It's more fun that way.
Yes.
But when I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking of Silence of the Lambs. 'Cause that's another... He's a cannibal.
They did take aspects of it, like that was their inspiration for this movie a little bit. But basically, I pulled the plot online, and this is the plot online, and then we will give you our own interpretation of the plot. But the plot online says, a woman fed up with dating meets a seemingly perfect man who turns out to be a serial killer with a taste for human flesh, leading to a battle for survival. Yes.
That's the simple way to put it.
Yeah, that's a simple way to put it.
A lot of good actors in this movie. I'll say that. I mean, Sebastian Stan is... I mean, everyone will know him from the Marvel movies because he plays Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Jesus.
Probably why I don't even recognize... Like, I looked at him and I was like, I feel like I know him from somewhere, but unpopular opinion, I don't really care for the Marvel movies anymore.
It's all the same goddamn movie.
It's the same fucking goddamn movie, except the only difference is that they put in a little bit of diversity in it, and they throw it at your face.
Yeah. It's gotten very annoying and convoluted, and I've grown up reading comic books, so I'm excited for them, but then I'm kind of sick of every single one of them being an origin story that I've known for years, so...
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, anytime Josh is like, let's go to the movies, let's watch anything... Like, if he pulls up a superhero movie and says, let's go watch this, I'm not thrilled about it, but I love me some popcorn. I love me some movie theater popcorn, and I will go watch anything. I will go watch a foreign film because I could care less on what we watch as long as I have my thing of popcorn. But at least with a superhero movie, at the end of the film you are like, okay, like, you feel good, like, you feel satisfied. But then when you start kind of dissecting it, when you go home and stuff, you're like, that movie kind of was shitty.
Yeah. It's fair. And I'm also... Now I'll roast you. I'm going to call bullshit on the I'll go see anything if there's popcorn involved, because it's not true. I'm going to sound very pretentious. I love a good Wes Anderson movie. I'm obsessed. He's one of my favorite directors of all time. You would not go with me to see a Wes Anderson movie.
What was the movie?
That was when The French Dispatch came out, and you're like, I'm not seeing that.
The French Dispatch?
Exactly.
That's not true, because I was like, I'll go watch it, like, if you want me to.
You did everything in your power to change my mind, though.
Was that when we went to see Send Help?
No.
No?
This was 2 years ago, maybe more.
I cannot
Whenever
remember.
that movie came out.
No, because I've watched really shitty movies.
That was 2021.
2021?
Yeah.
So before we were married?
Yeah, and it was around my birthday, and I want to go see the movie. And you're like, no.
I feel like you're lying to
I'm
me
not
right
lying,
now.
because I remember it very... I still, to this day, have not seen it.
Well, that's old Jess. New Jess will go with you.
Yeah, we'll see.
So...
We will see.
I put it here. I will go to whatever movie.
Alright, we'll see.
Going forward.
I will hold you to that.
You can't beat me up for something that was like 2021. I was like in my early 20s. Kinda. Mid-20s.
Oof.
No. Early 20s.
2020, it's 2026.
Yeah, I can't do math.
No, you cannot. But yeah, so... Jesus Christ.
Let's just talk about the main character. I actually know her. Her name is Daisy Edgar Jones. I don't want to keep embarrassing myself, so Daisy Edgar Jones. She is in the new Twisters movie, not the old one. I have yet to watch the new one with Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell.
The only part of the original Twister I've seen is the part where they're eating food at the table, and there's like a shit ton of like steak and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, and then she's like, and the guy's like, "Where'd you get all them steaks?" And she's like, "Did you see any cows out there?"
No.
Yeah. She was also in this show called Normal People on Hulu. It's kind of a melancholy type of show. And she was in Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah, a really upbeat and happy movie, Where the Crawdads Sing.
It's really fucked up.
If you want to cheer yourself up, go ahead.
So Josh and I were on the plane when this person was watching that movie in particular. And was it on our honeymoon? Because that was around the time that movie came out. 2022.
Yeah, that would be when we were going either on our way to Dallas or Hawaii. Somebody was watching it.
Yeah, because
I watched the whole thing from the seat behind them.
Yeah, and you were telling me that. So, if you know anything about that movie, there's a very, very uncomfy scene where she gets,
she gets assaulted.
Yes. Okay, and it's pretty lengthy.
It's graphic.
Yes. So Josh was watching it off of somebody else's screen, right? And they fast forward through that part. They were like, "Oh, yeah."
One person did. Two people were watching it in separate ends of the plane, and the other person did not fast forward. But that brings me to a quick rant, if I may.
Go for it.
What the fuck is with the movie selection on airplanes? It is not appropriate. Believe me, clearly, we love fucked up movies. They are my favorite thing in the world. If you're on an airplane and there's children nearby and you're watching, somebody getting ripped apart or, assaulted in some way, or it's just a graphic nude scene, because for whatever reason, they don't block that on the airplane, and you're just sitting there comfortable not thinking anything of it, you're a type of oblivious I would love to be.
Well, at least the one person skipped through that scene, but I feel like they should put some privacy dividers or something on the plane. Like, we're basically already sitting on each other's lap.
Yeah. Or put one of those, on each screen, put one of those screen protectors that it's like the privacy screen.
Privacy screen?
So, if you're off to the side, you can't see it.
Yeah, something like that.
There you go, United Airlines. Take that idea and pay me.
No, we'll do United. We'll do JetBlue.
JetBlue's nice.
We don't like United.
We haven't had any issues on JetBlue.
We have the worst stories with United. United always is changing our shit on us.
United is... I don't think we've ever had a United flight that wasn't delayed and then moved our seats.
Yes. They always move our seats. And first of all, we tend to pay a little extra to choose our seats, right? If I'm paying a little extra to choose my seats, and long story short, Josh and I usually don't. We sit near each other, but we don't sit in the same aisle usually because we both like aisle seats.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to go like across each other, or if he's a row in back of me or something, but like nearby.
We've sat 20 rows apart before.
Yes, but we try to get aisle seats because I like to stretch my feet. You like to stretch your feet, and I like to get up to go to the bathroom, and I don't want to jump over people.
Yeah,
it's just uncomfy. So we pay the additional money to get our seats.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for whatever reason, because we don't have children, we always get stuck being moved to sacrifice our seats for parents with kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not our problem that you didn't pay the extra.
Yeah, I'll say it here first. Fuck you and your kids. No. No, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, just mainly the movie thing on planes. Like, I'm 33, and I will still be the one to sit there and watch like Sonic the Hedgehog, like just a child. But yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the shit in movies, but I'm sure that there's some other people that would get skeeved out.
Yeah, especially when we're taking the plane to go to Disney, we try to just watch Disney movies strictly because we know that there's a whole bunch of kids on the airplane.
Trying to think which one. I think I watched Encanto last time on the way.
We watched Coco.
Did we?
Yeah.
I started
And then
Encanto.
you started Encanto, and I started Frozen, and then you were looking more at my screen.
Yeah.
Because how could you not? Olaf is adorable.
Fucking snowman. Anyway, back to the cannibalism.
Yeah, something delicious.
Something delicious
this week. So basically, this film starts off with this girl going on a shitty ass Tinder date. And the guy he tells her to bring cash because the place only takes cash only. So that already tells you, make sure you have money because I'm not going to pay for you.
I don't think he paid for himself either.
He paid for himself. He just took her leftovers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but he told her, you have your cash, right? You brought cash, too.
He also waited until like 10 minutes before the date to text her that so that she couldn't back out.
Uh-huh. So, which is fine. I mean, in the past, like, I've paid for myself. Not with Josh, obviously, because he's a gentleman.
Huh?
But when we were in the dating phase, like, he would always pay for me. I think after a while, then it's okay. I think it's good for a woman to offer, but I think the man at first, call me a little old school, I think the man at first should be like, no, it's okay, I got it. At least the first couple times. And then when you're, like, in the dating phase, it could be like, I'll cover the tip or whatever, and then you can split it 50-50 kind of thing, or I got you this time, you get me next time type of thing. That's fine.
I've always just been programmed that way. Like, just be a gentleman and pay.
Yeah, in which if we have sons in the future, I will program them that way also. Like, just do the gentleman thing and take the tab.
Yeah. But this guy did not. So they both had to pay separate, and then while they're sitting there talking, he's saying like the most douchey, like he's a hipster with a big scarf and
yeah. So he starts like talking about her appearance and saying like he wish women were like more like the past with like little dresses and stuff, and he said you would look better in a dress. She's not wearing anything bad. She's just wearing like a cute sweater and some pants, like nothing.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, I'm not saying you don't look cute in your oversized sweater, but I just would prefer like a dress. And she's like, okay.
And she's like, okay, like kind of thing. So she kind of starts zoning out a little bit, and then she's like, okay, like I'm ready for the check. And then he proceeds to like lean over and grab her leftovers and was like, oh, are you gonna eat that?
My brother's coming into town, I need food for the house.
Yeah. And then he was wearing like this long douchey looking scarf.
Ugh.
And the scarf was getting in the food. And she was like, your scarf is getting in the food. And he's like, oh my God, like, can I get water? And, like, he's, like, really obnoxious.
You're specific. I need sparkling water with lots of lemon.
Yeah, and then was like, do you know what that is? To the waitress. Mind you, they're eating at, like, a Chinese spot. Like, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's fine.
But, yeah, they go outside, and then he goes in to kiss her, and she's like, yeah, I don't see this working out.
Yeah, and then he calls her a bitch.
Yeah, he's like, good luck finding a man, you stuck-up bitch, and then he just walks away.
Why do men do that when they get shot down? They're like, oh, well, I didn't like you anyways, kind of thing. And it's like, but you're the one who shot shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And you got turned down. Doesn't mean you have to be impolite about it. Just be like, oh, okay, like, sorry.
Shit happens, okay.
Like, move on.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be such a big baby about it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever cared enough to be like, well, fuck you. Like, no, why?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so she laughs that off immediately because of how ridiculous the situation is. And then she's with her best friend, Molly. They're at, like, a boxing class.
Yeah.
And she's telling her how shitty the date was, and her friend's like, you don't need no man. And, you know, typical friend in a horror movie.
Yeah. Friend is super confident. Love the friend. Her name was Molly.
Molly was great in this movie.
Yeah. So I remember her in another movie. Do you want to give the actresses' names? Josh will always read the actors and actresses' names because I don't pronounce things correctly.
I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly.
She goes by JoJo, though.
Is it Jonisha?
I believe so, but pretty sure she goes by JoJo.
JoJo T. Gibbs.
Yes. She was in this romance film, really good romance film called Something from Tiffany's.
Oh, yep, I know who she is.
Yes.
I didn't watch that movie, but I walked in as you were watching that movie, so that's
yeah, and she was like the funny friend, pretty much.
That's her.
She's a comedian, I believe.
She looks familiar. But, yeah, she's the confident friend who's cheering her on, and you don't need no man, and they always talk on the phone nonstop, and then they always end the call with, I love you, and then I love you more, and then that, which plays a part in this whole thing.
Yeah, and she tells her friend, like, you need to just, fuck it and go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, loosen up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then, so then she's sitting at home, and she's bored, and she looks in her fridge, and there's nothing there, and it's, like, late at night still. And she's like, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna go grocery shopping at, like, 10 at night.
Yeah, while she's doing this, she's also on, like, the dating apps, scrolling, and, the typical men that are on, like, Twitter. Not Twitter. Oh, my God. What's that app called?
Tinder?
Yeah. I could not remember for the life of me. It's been a hot minute since we had to use any of those apps.
Sorry, our cat is being as obnoxious as he possibly could be. And we have hardwood floors all throughout the condo, so that you're going to hear it.
Well, Josh had taken out this, like, toy. And so he was trying to lure our one cat that is, like, she needs to supervise everything at all times of what we are doing. And since we have this new wheel, we were like, wouldn't it be cool to teach her how to spin the wheel? So Josh takes one of the toys to try to get her to spin it, which was kind of slightly working.
Yeah.
And then I ended up giving him my pen, and I was like, she really likes the pen, so. And that was pretty much working too. But he proceeds to throw the toy, and I'm like, ooh, that's not going to be good. And then we proceeded to record, and...
Like, we don't have 79 toys
throughout
the house.
Yeah, but they're away.
Yeah, but I'm looking at 8 of them.
A lot of them are in my laundry basket because they start playing with them at like 3 a.m. in the morning. So then I pick them up and throw them in the bottom of my laundry basket.
All the ones with the bells inside of them, I put away in a closet because I wanted to kill myself. But anyway, she goes grocery shopping. We keep getting off track. She goes grocery shopping, and then she immediately meets Steve, who was played by Sebastian Stan, who is charming and good looking and very charismatic. And
he got the Riz.
He's got... I hate that word. But yes, he has what the kids would refer to as the Riz. And he...
Oh, you sound so old.
Yeah, I'm like 80 years old. What do you want from me? And he's talking to her about like cotton candy grapes and like, oh, they really taste like cotton candy. And he's like chatting her up. And it's working on her. She's, interested.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually she gives him her number, and they go their separate ways. And then she tells her friend Molly about it, and she's like, oh, he's gonna call you. And she's like, I don't expect him to call me. And then he does. They text her, and they meet up at this like this dive bar, and her friend Paul who comes back later, is their bartender. And she orders her drink with a shit ton of cherries, and she gets an entire glass of cherries, which made me hungry because I hadn't eaten.
Yeah, same.
Which this is not an easy movie to eat through.
No, I think at first, you know what? If you don't think of the meat being human meat, when I know we're kind of going like we will get there, but like when he makes her a meal. Mm-hmm. It looks like spaghetti and meatballs.
That's technically what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what meat it is. It is spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay, it's spaghetti and meatballs, but it's with man meat.
Yeah.
So if you don't think about it that way, then...
Yeah. But, they chat for hours and drink and end up hooking up, and then they go their separate ways for the day, and they don't stop texting and meeting up, and they're having fun. And it's only is it a few days?
Literally, it was only like 3 days.
Yeah. That
they like met up, because then the next day they got like Chinese food at her place, and she's telling him, "Oh, try these short ribs," and he's immediately like, "No, I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian."
Mm-hmm. Or he phrases it weird. I don't eat animals.
I don't eat animals, okay.
Which is something I didn't think about till just now. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't eat animals. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, no, I dare you to eat that whole meal. Go for it. I don't care. And they have a cute moment. And then he's like, we should go away somewhere. Like, let's be spontaneous. And she's a little hesitant at first, but then she says, okay. So he's like, I'm going to take you. I don't even know what the hell this place was. It's like some country inn with like waterfalls and shit.
Well, at first he says it'll be a surprise, which
red flag.
I'm sorry, but like, yeah, exactly, red flag. She's telling her friend all of this. Her friend's like, does he have any social media? That was another thing we left out. Not. He was like, I don't have any social media. And she's like, well, how am I supposed to like stalk you? Like, ha ha ha. And he's like, I guess you're just gonna have to do it in person, type of thing.
Yeah, he's like cracking jokes about it. He's like, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. Do it in person. Mail me a letter.
She's telling her friend all of this. Friend was like, I don't like that. Like, that's like a major red flag when someone says they don't have social media. Mm-hmm. And, pretty much the friend was like spot on. It was like, he probably's married and has another life, but he's not telling you that he's hiding. Because most of the time when men say they don't have like social media, it's because of that.
Yeah, which you find out more later on. But she's like, all right, let's go away somewhere for the weekend. She tells Molly, she's like, I'm giving you my location, everything will be fine, I'll text you when I get there, no worries. And then she gets picked up by Steve, and he's like, hey, so traffic's gonna be crazy, why don't we just stay at my place tonight, and then we'll go first thing in the morning. She thinks nothing of it. She's like, all right, cool. go to his place, which this confused me because he lives seemingly like an hour and a half away by what, like there was a montage to get to his fucking house. Like it was not nearby. It's like out in the country.
I think he said he had like a house in the country too. He said something like that because he had said he was a plastic surgeon. That he was a doctor. He was a plastic surgeon. And when they were driving there, she was a little hesitant because she was like, kind of like, where the hell are we going? But like not voicing it, but you could tell she was really nervous.
I'm confused. Yeah,
and he was like, oh, we're going to Cottage Grove with their waterfalls and everything.
A well-known like bed and breakfast or something.
Yeah, so then she was really excited, and then she like was texting Molly to tell her, oh, she's going to Cottage Grove, but the messages wouldn't send.
There's no signal.
There's no signal.
So they get to Steve's house, and creepy house right away. Just very, you know.
It was massive.
Massive house, middle of nowhere, I would say. There's no one nearby. It's
pretty
like
dark in the inside.
Yeah, it's very Hannibal-esque, I would say.
Yeah.
So he makes her a drink, and they're sitting there chatting, and then you see her vision start to go blurry, and he's like, oh, come sit by me, you're so far away, and she gets up and immediately just collapses on the floor. And he just stands up like it's nothing. He's like, all right, here we go. And it cuts to her waking up, and she's handcuffed to a wall in the basement of this giant house. But it's like still really nice where she is. Like there's like a bed, and I don't know, it's not like dingy. It's like really upkept and nice.
Yeah, so when she wakes up, she's just like looking at him, smiling, laughing, kind of thing. She doesn't even realize that she's chained to this bed, mattress on the floor. And, you know, and then he's like, she's like, oh, what are you doing over there and stuff? And he's like, yeah, I gotta keep my distance. And he's just like casually talking to her. And then she goes to get up and realizes she's chained. So she starts freaking out. And she's like, no. And then starts freaking out on him. Basically, like, uncuff me. And he's like, what are you doing? Are you going to rape me? Which I thought was kind of funny because they already slept together. So...
He even made a face like, what would I have to do that for?
Yeah, basically.
And this is where you start to see his psychotic side, which I wanted to mention because a lot of people have played serial killers and, you know, crazy people in movies. Not many people can do it correctly. I thought he was phenomenal.
Yes.
Because he was able to show off two different sides of himself. The first one, he's just a normal guy.
Charismatic.
Just charming,
suave.
funny.
Yeah. And
then the other side, he's just very focused and knows what he's doing, and none of this like horrendous shit is anything new to him, and he's very used to this world.
Yeah.
But he blends it pretty well because she's like, what are you doing? And finally he's like, I'm going to tell you, but you're going to get really mad. That's why I'm staying over here. And he's like, basically, I'm going to sell your meat. And she's like, the fuck does that mean? And he's like, well, people eat people, and I provide the meat. And basically, I'm going to take bits of you a little bit at a time, and I'm going to ship it to people who want to eat it.
Yeah, but he says it so casually, too, because he's like, I'm going to keep you alive as long as possible, and, you know, as long as you cooperate.
Yeah, as long as you don't act up.
And I'm a really good cook. You're going to try my meals and stuff. Like, he's just making it sound so normal. She's freaking out.
Seemed kind of pleasant. I mean, I don't know. But Yeah, he was very pleasant in that moment when he was saying all this horrific shit.
Yeah, I guess I'd say take some from the stomach.
Well, Jesus, you're horrible. So he keeps her there for a while, and I think a few days goes by, and she's like, he comes in to check on her, and she's like, I have to shower, and he's like, okay, and he takes her out of the room and up the stairs, and they're back in like the main house going towards the bathroom, and that's when she pushes him and tries to run out, and he immediately knocks her out.
Yeah.
Just smashes her head against the wall.
That wasn't too smart to do.
No. She should have spent more time getting
assessing.
Getting her bearings and her surroundings and planning better. But no, she did that and got caught immediately. Then she wakes up and she's laying face down on an operating table. And she's like, I can't move. And he's like, yeah, I know, I pumped you full of drugs, like this and that. Again, very nonchalant, very fact of the matter. Like, yeah, you know, I pumped you full of drugs. And she's like, well, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm taking your ass. I told you there would be repercussions. So she's laying there freaking out, can't move, and he's back there just like, smile on his face like it's nothing new. Just
he's got music playing.
He's humming along to the music. He's cutting her ass off. And then it cuts to her, like, laying down in pain, just pumped up on painkillers. And I think that's where she meets the girl on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, so there's a little vent through her room. And, you know, she's really defeated and crying. And this one girl, we meet Penny. Mm-hmm. Is the girl's name. She was also taken by him, and he's also cutting away at her, taking bits of her and stuff. So they start talking with each other, and Noah, our main girl, goes, we gotta get out of here, we have to escape. Penny's telling her there really is no way out.
And they're comforting each other. They become friends.
And, yeah, in a very fucked up way. They can't see each other. They're just talking through the vent. Noah starts asking her, are there any more people there? And there was one other girl named Melissa. Melissa, from the sounds of it, it looked like there wasn't much of a Melissa left.
Yeah, she had gotten so mutilated that she went crazy and basically just sang to herself in her room alone. And you never see her. You see a picture of her.
Yeah, you never see Melissa, though. Like, you hear her singing for a bit because she went a little crazy. But you could tell that Melissa probably had been there the longest out of all of them.
Yeah. And then while this is happening, her friend Molly back home is freaking out, and because she can't get her location, so she knows the bar she went to. She knows the bartender because they used to hook up apparently, and she's like, all right, I need to go ask questions and figure this out. So she goes to the bar, talks to the bartender Paul, and she's like, look, I know they were here. I know you could get in trouble, but if you can, just get me the name off the credit card he used so I have something to go off.
Well, just to backtrack just a little bit, because you're jumping a little bit. Just a tad bit. So finally she does get in contact with Noah, what she thinks is Noah. Noah starts sending her, like, a picture of a waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
And saying, like, we're here, and then kind of like, I'm going to be off the phone, not much access on the phone, and the friend goes, okay, I love you. And then that's when the text message comes in with just a heart. When you know that the friends always say, I love you, and I love you more. So that's when she's like, no, there's something. So then she starts Googling. She tries to find the guy. Noah had provided her a picture of him sleeping. When they slept together, she took a picture of him sleeping. Creepy, but useful.
And she was Googling like doctor and Steve and this area, and nothing was coming up. So then she went to the photo and reverse image searched it, and it was a stock photo from Google.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when she knew something horrible was happening, and that's when she went to, I guess, talk to Paul.
Yes.
So he, reluctantly texts her later on with the information, and she starts doing research and finds him online.
Yeah, so they had gone to that bar, and Noah said, "Oh, remember Paul?" Like, because apparently Molly had dated Paul in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, "Okay, like, I'm going to go to that bar." Starts talking to Paul. She says, "Paul, like, I know he used his card. Can you give me the information?" And he at first was hesitant because you can't, that's,
Mm-hmm.
you can't give out customers' names and stuff.
Right, and then he texts her with the information later.
Yes, and then we actually find out that Steve is not Steve, he's Brandon.
Brandon, yeah. And she finds the house that, like, through pictures from Facebook or whatever, like, we closed on this house. And so she goes to that house, and she tells Paul, like, "Hey, I'm giving you my location, so if anything happens, you know where to find me." So she goes to the house, and she sees the woman from the pictures, this blonde chick, presumably Brandon's wife.
Brandon's wife and Brandon's kids.
Brandon's kids, yeah.
Because he's married.
They come home, so she goes and knocks on the door and talks to the wife, and she invites her in. And then, she's like, "I think my friend and your husband are seeing each other." And she immediately was like, "No, that's not true. I don't think you know my husband."
"No, that's not true. He's on a business trip. He's this, he's that." Nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
She shows her the picture, and she's like, "Don't really know if that is my husband."
So it's not really a good picture.
Not a good picture.
And then you hear the door open, and in walks Brandon, i.e. Steve. And he's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, honey? How was your day? Who's this?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, no, I've never met her. I hope you find her, though."
"Yeah, she was just leaving. Maybe you should just go to the police or something."
"Yeah, you should go talk to the cops, see what they say." And then he's walking in front of her to the front door to show her out. And Molly decides she's going to dial Noah's phone, like call her, just in case. And you hear her phone go off in Steve's pocket. And
I don't understand why she went alone, and I don't understand why she did that when she was still in the house.
Because she's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
She should have waited till she was at least standing on the porch. But, again, this is how you know he's been at this for a long time, and it does not faze him. The phone goes off in his pocket. He pulls it out and looks. He's like, "Oh, it's you." And then behind her, his wife comes up and, like, breaks a vase over her head and knocks her out. And then, boom, she's captured.
Yep.
But then, what was it? Noah and Penny were talking, like, "Oh, you need to, like, you guys slept together? Like, you need to use that."
Yeah, so they start trading each other's stories and talking about how, like, your family and your friends must be looking for you. And Penny was like, "Well, that's the thing. I don't really have much family or friends. That's how he gets us." Because in the beginning, too, Noah was talking about how her mom died, her dad lives
East Coast.
She only has one friend, which was Molly. And, yeah. So that's who he finds. He finds women that really don't have much of a circle that would be going to look for them, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, that's where things go wrong. Because, like, even if you don't have much family or friends, like, you don't think about, like, the person has a job and their coworkers might be, like, looking for them, too.
I guess.
I would hope my coworkers would look for me.
Yeah. They probably bank on, like, oh, most jobs just assume you're abandoning it, and then
Well, I think your job, yeah, because people do that all the time. But at my job, it's an office setting. Usually people give 2 weeks. They don't just disappear.
They never did say what she does for a living, did they?
What did she do for a living? That's a good question because we don't see. We saw what Molly did for a living.
Kind of. She works in an office. That's what we know.
She works in an office she works at a cubicle, but it was like fashion forward type. Because remember, like the mannequins and stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So you could assume that she works in like fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, there's no one that, aside from Molly, that was going to come looking for her.
Yeah.
So then she's like, "Oh, I wish I didn't sleep with him," or something like that. And then that's when Penny was like, "You slept with him?"
You slept with him, and yeah.
And she's like, "That means he's attracted to you. Like, you need to use that to your advantage, like, to get out of here." And she does. She decides she's gonna play nice and get on his good side. And then he comes back to talk to her, and she's like laying there reading a magazine on her side because her ass is cut off and hurts. So she's laying on her hip. Or no, Penny doesn't say that. She's reading the magazine, and somebody who was there before her wrote in the magazine, like in tiny letters, "If you're reading this, that means he likes you. Use it to your advantage."
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. So he goes in to check on her, and then that's when she piques his interest by asking, "What does it taste like?" And he's like, "Why do you want to know?" She's like, "I'm just curious." So that piques his interest. And then he decides, "All right, well, why don't you join me for dinner? And we'll see how curious you are." And, she agrees. And he makes her spaghetti and meatballs, which shouldn't look as good as it did, but it looked delicious.
It looked really good.
It was a giant meatball.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel really bad saying this, but, like, I would probably try it.
Now I'm worried, but...
I don't know, but, like, if somebody put it in front of you and was like, "Oh, here's spaghetti and meatballs," like, you wouldn't even know.
Well, yeah. Because I'm not thinking, like, oh, that's probably a person.
It's man meat, yeah. If they told me it was man meat, I'd be like, I'm good.
I would smell it. Anyway.
Yeah. You would smell it?
I'm curious.
What if it smelled good? Then you would take a little nibble? No?
No.
I think Josh is lying right now.
No, I'm not lying.
To me.
I wouldn't eat people.
I think he would. I think he would.
Try it.
You would try it.
You gotta. It's an experience. I wouldn't try it.
You know what? I'd rather eat a person than like a dog or cat.
You know what? Fair.
Okay? Because I love my cats and dogs.
Yeah. And I've said this on the other show, and I don't care if it makes me sound psychotic. I don't give a fuck about people, but I care about animals.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I eat burgers and shit. I'm not a vegetarian, but, like, I love my cats and dogs and all of that.
Yeah, no.
But...
So like, if I had to eat, like, your foot or one of our cats, I'm gonna eat your foot.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't need it. I just get a bigger boot.
Yeah.
I
mean, I wouldn't want to, but
Thanks.
just saying. Like, if they were like, you have to choose one, then I'd be like, it's okay. Like, Josh doesn't need his foot.
She would still make me go get Dunkin'. I know you can't walk, but I really want coffee.
No, I'd get you, like, a prosthetic or, like, maybe, like, I'll get the, like, with the pirates.
Give me a one moon shoe.
One moon shoe?
Yeah. I'll be content. I'll bounce to Dunkin'.
You'll get there.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I'll give you the steel toe boots so you can crush the 10,000 rats.
Oh, Jesus. You can't bring up that lore because it's a whole, like, 20-minute thing. Basically, somebody said I could never kill 10,000 rats. I would lose that fight, and I have told them they're wrong. If you want to hear more about that, listen to the other show.
That's why I said it.
Oh,
spark their interest.
Yeah, they'll love that. But no, so she's chilling with him. They're having dinner. She's eating people. What was the dead girl's name that he used?
The first one was Hope.
Yes, and he said something, again, it's dark humor in this movie. Very dark humor.
Yeah.
And he's like, something along the lines of she didn't have a lot of that towards the end.
Yeah, basically. And then he was like, there was no hope for her.
There was no hope left for her.
And then he said something along the lines of, no, there's still some hope.
Oh, there's still some hope. I got plenty of hope in the fridge.
Yeah, basically.
Which, I mean, the fucked up part of me, that's very funny. I like that.
It was a little funny.
I told my mom about that and she was laughing in the car.
It was a little funny, but like...
We're bad people. It's okay.
Yeah. But we know it's a movie, so we're not taking it seriously.
Yeah. Don't
take me seriously when I say, like, I would eat a person, because I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
If it's between that... I'm kidding. No.
If it's between that or this, yeah. I mean, in extreme cases, like survival of the fittest, of course, but...
Yeah.
Not willingly.
Not willingly. Anyway, we're not psychotic. So, they're having dinner, they're having fun, they're laughing. He brings her back down to her room. She thanks him for a good night, and then... Because she's not... It's a long game. She can't right away get his, like, trust. So then he invites her to dinner again, right?
Not just yet. He just wishes her a good night.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, thank you, and whatever. And then he leaves. He goes to take... I'm pretty sure he goes to take Molly for surgery.
They never did say what he took from her.
Yeah, they did. Her breast.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
They took her breast, one side of her breast, for her friend Molly after he lets her go. After he leaves, though, she immediately goes to the toilet and starts throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
She did not enjoy the human flesh. She was just trying to play into the game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's extravagant cooking montages of Steve sawing up a leg and vacuum sealing it and cutting off little strips to chew on.
He made it look so good, though. I was like, this is so weird that he makes it look so good.
I was very hungry after this movie.
Well, we didn't eat dinner when we watched this movie, so we were kind of like, oh, I'm kind of hungry.
That leg looks fucking awesome.
The meat looked like steak.
It did.
Yeah.
It made it look very good. But you see him like vacuum sealing it in bags and like boxing it up and sending it to people, like rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very creepy. But he's like dancing. He's got his 80s music on. He's having a great time. He goes out for a run like nothing. Like he doesn't have 4 girls chained up in his basement. Like he's fine.
Yeah, like he's just living a whole ass normal life beside that.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, his real wife, is getting like jealous because he's giving this other girl attention, even though she knows she's gonna die.
I don't know if she was necessarily jealous. I think she was a little scared.
I don't know.
I think she was slightly scared, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The reasoning as to why I think she was more scared of anything. But to continue back to the movie, the next day he comes back and he's like, do you want to have dinner again? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I'm going to cook you a whole meal. We'll make it a thing and everything. He gives her a dress. He gives her makeup. And he's like, why don't you be ready by 7? And she's like, I don't know what time it is. And he's like chuckling and whatever. But she's like, okay. And he just keeps telling his wife, yeah, I'm going to be late.
Yeah, I got a work thing.
I got a work thing. I'm going to be late. Another day in a row. So she kind of has like an idea of what's going on.
She puts it together because she knows what's happening.
Yeah. So, but regardless, she gets ready for this date, puts on the dress.
that's when, because his wife is texting her, and he's like, I'm going to be late because of a work thing. She goes to take a shower and strips down, and you see that one of her legs is gone, and she's a prosthetic.
Yeah, and you do find out that she is one of the girls that survived, and that, I guess, kind of sweet talked him.
Mm-hmm. She was the original Noah, basically.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm more convinced that she's concerned. Because think about it, if she gets replaced by Noah, who's to say that he won't throw his wife back in there?
That's a fair point.
Yeah. And use her meat again.
We'll get into that because, hold on, we'll talk about that in a few minutes when I get there. Because I also have thoughts on that. So, they have dinner again. He makes pad, whatever the hell. And, just meat on crackers, and looks disgusting.
That one looked kind of gross. Like, I don't like crackers with, like...
I don't like pate.
Yeah, nor do I.
Yeah.
So...
And then it's... Oh, so the breast meat that he fed her was Molly's?
It was Molly's.
I did not put that together.
Yeah.
So yeah, then she starts cracking jokes to get on his good side. She's like, "Oh, haha, you saved the breast for last, ha ha ha," and he's like, "Ha ha ha."
Yeah, and then she starts crying. I think she was crying more because she's eating flesh, and she feels grossed out. But then he shows her like all of the. Before then, he like goes and opens this area that has all the girls' stuff and their pictures and everything, and she starts looking, and there's every girl's phone on the side too. So she peeps, she sees her phone, and I'm pretty sure that's when she notices Molly's phone too. So then when she's eating the breast, she kind of starts crying a little bit, but then pivots and says, "You're right, no one's ever made me a home-cooked meal. This is so special, thank you."
She plays into it by also saying, like, I feel horrible, but I also feel horrible that I don't feel horrible about, eating this. And he's like, "Don't worry, that's normal, you get used to it."
Yeah.
He's like, "I was the same way."
And then he says, like, "I knew I liked you, you're so special, you're just as fucked up as me. It's so nice to be sharing this with someone."
And then their second day when they were eating Chinese in her place, they awkwardly danced together. So then they do that again. She's like, "Oh, dance with me." And it's a very weird scene. I don't know. But they're dancing, and then it's also cutting to them going to the bedroom and, doing what they do. And that's when she decides to put her whole plan in motion of...
She goes to the bathroom, and she's like, "I'll be back in 1 second." She comes down, she starts like stripping a little for him, and it looks like she's gonna go down on him, and then she just takes a huge ass bite out of his dick.
She bites it clean off.
Yeah.
And spits it in his face. So he's writhing in agony on the floor, as you would.
And then she throws toothpaste in his eyes too.
Is that what she did with it? I saw the tube of toothpaste. I didn't see what she did with it.
She threw toothpaste in his eyes.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why she went to the bathroom. Got it.
Of course.
I wasn't thinking. I saw this and I'm just like, where's she going? So he's in agony on the floor. She's running and grabbing the phone out of that little cabinet on the wall, and then running down to the basement to free her friends.
She gets the cuffs off of her arms too, and she like puts them on the door to like lock him a little bit. I know it's only a temporary thing. Slow him down, yes.
And he's like running down the hallway with his pants around his ankles, which I thought was pretty funny. And she's freeing her friends, and she grabs Molly, then she goes and grabs, what's her name, Penny, and they
Penny only has one leg at this point, so like
they have to use the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
So they quickly think of a plan. They put Penny in the dumbwaiter, send her up, knowing that he's going to hear the dumbwaiter. And as soon as it opens and he lunges at her, Penny kicks him, and then Noah and Molly just start beating the shit out of him, and they all jump in and just start taking turns hitting him.
It's funny because even Penny, even though she only has one leg, she's like dragging her body over to him.
She was fucking him up.
She was fucking him up too because she was pissed. Like they just wanted to rip him apart.
Yeah, they were hitting him with like mallets and frying pans, whatever they could find.
Knives and everything.
And they beat the shit out of him for a good while. And
yeah.
he put up a fight and like was throwing them around, but they beat the shit out of him. And then they do get out. And at this point, Paul is there. And he's parked on the other side of the house. And he's, Paul's a black guy. And he's like, he sees this creepy house and he's like, I don't know why I'm here. We always die in these movies. Like saying shit like that. And it's really funny.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck this shit. And drives off eventually.
Well, here's the gunshots. So the girls get out of the house on the other side and they're running through like a field. And Steve runs out, pants around his ankles, shooting a gun.
And he's like, Noah, you lied to me.
You lied to me, I'm sorry. Is that what you want to hear? Like, it's really ridiculous. And
yeah.
then Paul hears the gunshots and he's like, nope, this is how we die in these movies. And he gets in the car and he speeds off.
Mm-hmm.
And as this is happening, Steve's wife shows up with some guy. I guess a business partner.
So a business partner that was like collecting the meat. So anytime Steve or Brandon, whatever the F you want to call him, packages the meat, this guy would come and I guess he was like the delivery person.
He packs it up real nice and he's like, all right, bye.
He does pack it up really nice. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's very good at his job. But, yeah, so they're looking around the house, and his wife sees all the blood and, like, shit on the floor, so she's like, oh, God damn it.
She looks for his phone. She finds that he put his phone away.
Mm. She saw the candlelit dinner that was sitting on the table, so she knows what's going on. And she goes out to look for him. He catches up with Noah, and, all the girls come out and beat the shit out of him once again, and Noah gets the gun away from him. And before earlier on, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say they killed him.
Yeah, because before earlier on, as she's, terrified when she first got there, he's like, come on, just give me one smile. And she fakes a smile, so then she puts the gun in his face, and she's like, go on, give me a smile. And he actually smiles, then she blows his fucking head off. It was very satisfying.
It was very satisfying.
And they take off running and they get to the gate, but it's locked. And the two girls have their phones, but for whatever reason there's no signal. And then Noah's like, I gotta get my phone.
One of them doesn't have signal and the other one phone is dead.
So Noah's like, alright, let me get my phone.
I gotta go get my phone.
And she runs back and is looking for the phone, and that's when his wife shows up and she's like in tears, and she's like, oh my God, are we safe? Can we leave now? Are we free? I was here too, like putting on a show. And then she tackles her and tries to kill her. And
yeah, she tries to suffocate her.
And that's when
Molly comes out.
Fucking Molly, the best, comes up and caves her fucking skull in with a shovel she found.
And then she just keeps
She keeps going.
She keeps going.
She keeps hitting her skull until she hits dirt. I'll put it that way.
And she's like, these fucking people, you're the fucking problem too. As she's like bashing her head with the shovel over and over and over again.
Yeah, which
they'd be proud of her in Zombieland.
They would be.
Double tap.
Absolutely. She was the only smart one in this whole movie.
Uh-huh.
But this is why I say I don't think his wife was afraid. I think she was eventually in on it. Because she had that guy with her. She saw that he was dead and she's like, well, okay. Like, she didn't really react. I think she was in on it and was part of the business. and I don't think she was afraid of him anymore. She didn't seem afraid.
I think she was to an extent, because, listen, this is how I see. Obviously, her life is getting funded this way. Mm-hmm. Her comfy-ass life at home and looking the other way and stuff like that. So, when he was dead, I don't think she was, like, mad as much, because she's like, okay, whatever, like, cool, he's dead. But I still gotta continue the business, I guess. But at the same time, I think she was a little fearful if Noah took her place. Because if Noah took her place, her husband could have easily taken over her and sent her back into that place.
I guess. Yeah, but they got kids. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe.
When has that ever stopped a man?
I don't know.
Well, a shitty man, at least.
A shitty man. But then, you know, they have their touching moment at the end. I love you more. And you're like, oh. Mm-hmm. And then roll credits. And then there's a weird shot of rich people sitting around a table eating flesh, and then it cuts.
So this is where the Mandela effect kicks in for me.
Okay.
Because I remember specifically that Paul comes back and they're about to, like, fight him, but then he's just like, it's me, or whatever. I followed your location. But then I'm rolling the credits, and I'm like, oh, I think it might be at the end. And I'm rolling it, and nothing happens. So I'm like, maybe Mandela effect over here, because I remembered it slightly different.
Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's an extended cut on a different streaming service. I don't know.
Maybe they did cut it.
Maybe they did.
That's true.
But either way, he fucks off, and because he gets scared.
Yeah.
He's smart too. He fucking leaves. But yeah,
Molly was smart until she went into that house by herself.
Yeah, she should have had Paul with her, because Paul's not a small dude. He was like a big dude. He could have helped her,
or at least drive there with her and wait in the car.
Yeah.
You know, type of thing. Yeah, something like that. Like, if she was going to go by herself, and then she should have done the phone call, you know, outside of the porch if she heard it. Or, hear me out, play the long run, get an AirTag, and put it on his car.
Yeah. All of these things would have made a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I don't trust you, so now I'm going to track you.
I don't know why I thought this movie had a different ending. I'm probably thinking of a different movie where one of the girls sacrificed themselves. But this had kind of a happy ending.
Yeah, I guess, to an extent, you know.
Penny was funny because she was like, yeah, we're all friends now. It's like, it was really weird, but funny.
Penny was adorable. Penny was like the highlight.
She was
of
great.
This. Yeah, and she's the only one that kept Noah sane. Like, they kept each other sane to an extent. Penny pretty much was like, I would love to, like, rip him apart and get my revenge and da-da-da-da.
She's like, I hope he gets a fucking tapeworm. Like, really funny shit.
So they would say all these different scenarios to each other, and, like, that was, like, the light of the situation. So then Noah had this in the back of her mind when she put this into action of, like, and she was even practicing in front of the mirror, and I don't know if you peeped her, like, when he was not there, she was doing, like, lots of, like, push-ups and shit to try to get herself stronger. So,
yeah.
And she was practicing in the mirror, like, actually, like, smiling and pretending like she finds him lovely and all this stuff. Because if it was me, like, I would need a mask or something, because my face says it all.
It's true.
Like, if I find somebody, like, if somebody irritates me, like, you're just gonna see it on my face.
You get your face.
Yeah.
But I liked this movie a lot. I thought it was really good.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Give it an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Nice. Okay, so I did good this time. You know, it's always good to find something that Josh hasn't watched, because Josh has watched a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And usually, especially horror movies, like, obviously he's watched way more than I have. So it's always good to, like, find something that you haven't watched.
Yeah. Like I said, I knew about this movie. I just never sat down and watched it.
That's why I went forward with this film. So there you have it, cannibalism. Very delicious. If you want to watch this movie, if you haven't done so, sorry we give you spoilers, but, you know, it's been out for a couple years, so...
Yeah, you had time.
You had time.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together, exactly. But, if you want to give it a watch, regardless of listening to our review with a little bit of spoilers of the whole movie, basically... Go ahead and watch that on Hulu or Disney if you have a subscription.
It's so weird.
What's so weird?
That Disney and Hulu and all of that bundled. So now, if you... They have, like, really horrible, fucked up movies. Like, oh, I watched this on Disney. Like, I don't know. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, that is funny. But you can only... To be fair, you can only really watch it on Disney if you have the Hulu subscription also.
Yeah.
But if you have, like, the solo Disney subscription, I don't think you could watch it. Because it technically is more on Hulu. They just kind of bundled together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, make sure your kids don't watch it.
But, yeah, yeah. But, yeah, that's cannibalism. And now it's going to be my pick for next week.
Now it's Josh's pick. As a refresher... Just in case, for people who are joining on this episode, what is this, episode 7, I believe?
7.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a wheel. On the wheel, there's different categories of movies.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know the categories, listen to the end of the last episode, because I'm not going to read them again.
No. We can read them real quick for them.
All
right, I'll do it.
Go
Comedy.
ahead.
Cult classic, gore, 70s, 80s, or 90s, cannibalism. But we had already discussed last episode that if Josh lands on cannibalism, he will go ahead and spin the wheel again.
Well, either we could... That is the one scenario where we could either stick with that category or we can choose to spin again. Or do you want to just spin again?
No, I would spin again.
All right, go ahead.
Psychological, teen horror, 2020s and up, Guess the Killer, supernatural, slasher, and monster.
So, all great subgenres. I got to spin. Let's see what we get.
Alrighty.
That's a good spin. Psychological.
The one I said, I really hope you don't get psychological.
The one you were dreading.
I don't think that's fair.
Why?
Because it's right next to cannibalism.
You gotta play by the rules.
I think you should spin it again.
I don't think I should.
Like, really, really spin it.
This is some bullshit, bro. Watch it land directly on cannibalism. Monster.
I like monster better.
Alright, fuck it. We'll do monster.
I had told him, I was like, in the beginning of this episode, I was like, I really hope you don't get psychological. Because I feel like you getting psychological, you're going to pick up something that'll really fuck me up.
Yeah,
that
probably.
I can't sleep.
Fine, I'll find a good monster movie.
You get the mesh, you get the monster mash.
Anyway. So tempted to show you a black and white movie, but I know you're not going to sit through it. But no, I'll find something good.
Alright, take some time, chew on that. He's going to do a monster movie.
And then we'll be back next week, and I don't know, we'll see what I pick.
Yep, we'll see what he picks. We are in the process of training our one cat to spin the wheel. So hopefully, eventually, we can just do Tally's pick.
Yeah. Tally.
If we can get her to spin the wheel. I'm thinking that we can get, like, a laser pen.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because she was nudging it with her nose.
Yeah, she was getting the hang of it.
And she was getting a little bit of the hang of it. She is very curious of it. Every time we spin it, she's like very, very intrigued.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us this week, last week. It doesn't matter if you've been here since the beginning. Thank you so much.
This week, last week, the week before.
Yes. Continue listening because...
Our friends sure won't. Sorry.
I have some friends that are listening.
You do,
just
I
not
don't.
all.
Yeah. No, you know what? I can't even say that. Joe's been listening. Joe and his wife have been listening.
Joe and his wife have been listening. So thank you guys so much for that.
And we will be back next week. As I say on my other podcast, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.